What is going on, my dudes? Tystra here, and of course today, as you saw in the thumbnail and the title, we are going to be talking about my experience from the 24-hour live stream that we did for Tower of Fantasy to the 1 week mark. Now, Tower of Fantasy has been out for basically a little over a week, and I wanted to kind of get my thoughts and also kind of show you how my account is going when it comes to this game. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you guys for the overwhelming support. You guys have been fantastic. And I can't thank you guys enough for it. You guys have been awesome, and I love you guys. But let's go ahead and get into it, all right? So, of course, as you can see, this is my account. I got my Ganyu right here. Yes, of course, I went with Ganyu. Look at her. She's so adorable. Look at her. But let's go ahead and first talk about the account that I have here. So, first things first, as you can see, I am at 40 out of 44 because this game does time gate you. Now, I know that some people at first hated the time gating, but honestly, and I don't want anybody to, take this the wrong way, but I'm actually kind of digging the time gating, and let me explain that. So, my theory about the time gating is that because, this game is based in China, is that it has something to do with the fact that they have a law against how much time you play video games. Now, I'm not going to quote that law verbatim, because again, I could be absolutely wrong on why they do this. But with the time gating, it matches up with, that specific law. Now, time gating works for me because as a content creator, I don't entirely have that much time to devote to every single thing to do. So for me, being mainly a Genshin player and having Tower Fantasy for the time being, this actually kind of works out. Now, it is a little bit of an issue for other players, and I have to think about it like that. So when it comes to the time gating, it is an issue for a majority of people, but for some people like myself, who is kind of a rare case when it comes to the game, this isn't too big of a deal. Now, for you that out there that hates this, I do feel bad for you, and I deeply apologize that you have to go through this, but again, I can't entirely, be on that same train. Now, I am at 40 out of 44 because today, even at reset, when we do get our new levels, I'm going to be grinding as hard as I can to get to the level that I need to be. Now, as you can see also, my CS, which is your combat effectiveness, I'm very low, technically, like on the scale. Now, I'm good for my level, but at the same time, there are ways for me to get up way higher. And I need to work on that, and I need to do my research on that. So, my character's not too bad. It's okay. Could be a lot better. Now, as you can see with the backpack function, they have multiple things that you could go through. You have your normal backpack, which has all your regular, level up materials. You have your equipment backpack, which when you get equipments from certain operations or challenges, you get, ways to power yourself up. And that's the best way I could put it. As you can see, I'm not leveling up my stuff too much. And the only reason why I'm not leveling up is because of the fact that we are time gated. We are going to be getting better equipment. So that's why I'm kind of holding out to level up. And a lot of people have gotten on me about that, saying, why aren't you leveling up and keeping yourself at a high power level? And that is exactly why. Is because I know that there's going to be better equipment as the game goes on and as we continue to unlock more levels. The level cap in this game, from my understanding, is level 80. And we are only past the halfway mark. So that means that there's going to be more effective equipment for your characters. But equipment is probably one of the better ways to do it. It's like artifacts almost. But there's so much stuff that goes into your character. And I'll explain that a little bit further here. But as you can see, your equipment gets the base stats, and then you get your random stats on top of that. You want to make sure to look at all of your equipment that you get, so that way you understand what your equipment stats are going to give you. You could get multiple things, and as you've seen in the character sheet right here, you have HP, endurance, crit, endurance regen, crit rate, crit damage, physical attack, physical resistance, flame attack, flame resistance, frost attack, frost resistance, volt attack, volt resistance, and altered resistance. Now, like I've said before, these have multiple different stats. I see a lot of these equipments will have more resistance based, but I'm trying to find one of the pieces I got yesterday. Here we go. As you can see, you'll actually get crit as well, or physical attack, that type of stuff, and you do it by enhancing these things. You're going to want to get as much booster modules as you can get, and you can obtain those from Bygone Phantasm. which is a great little like progression mode. From what I saw, it's unlimited, so you can keep going through as much as you want. And that's the good thing about this game is that even though you're time gated, you could still get yourself powered up to where you need to be if you so choose. Me, I just haven't had the time, so I'm like, all right, I'll do what I can for the time being. There's so much good stuff about this game that I really like, especially with the leveling up system. You also get a cooking system with all these different stuff, and as a Genshin player, I'm already used to cooking. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Now, I haven't really gone through any of this stuff, but you have your different currencies. Dark crystals you could use for like certain things, such as getting certain nucleuses here at the hot store and stuff like that. Proof of purchases, which I honestly need to. Like, oh wow, I could buy. You could buy nucleuses from there. I believe that this actually is kind of the premium currency to use, um, to get like certain things. But there's so much other stuff, dude. Like, obviously, this is the shop. Like, the only thing that I can truly say about the shop is that while it's there, they don't shove it down your throat, which is really good. I don't think with this type of game that you need to be shoving this system down people's throats. Now, let's go ahead and talk about weapons really quick because when you summon a character, you're summoning for a skin and the weapon, which is really really good. And I don't want to take too much time on this, but I've done pretty well. Like, I've gotten Nemesis, which is the current premium character. She's really really good. Does a whole bunch of like amazing stuff as a healer. But I've got her basically like these stars are basically constellation. So I constellation one. I got Samir constellation one. I got King, Zero, Chakra, or Shiro as she's called, Huma, uh, um, and Zero. Or no, not Zero, Crow. But you get a lot of the regular currency, like the black nucleuses and the gold nucleuses from doing map exploration that you could get constantly. Like, I'm always getting 4 stars, and as you can see, all but one of my or not 4 star, but SR characters are actually fully leveled up. Like when it comes to their constellation. So, not only that, but again with the like you get all these SSRs except for Nemesis from those banners. So if you get an SSR, you're doing pretty good. You also get matrices, which matrices are basically like artifacts. And in the sense of like you could use 3-piece sets to get certain things, like the Devourer set right here. When a target is shattered, poison the target and deal damage equal to 45%, 56%, and 67.5% of attack every second for 10 seconds. And that I really, really like what this does. Like there's constant ways to build around your character, and I really dig that. Um, the crew function, which is so dope. By the way, if you guys want to join Archon Legion, just look it up. We're on the Nightfall server on US servers, or US server, sub server, Nightfall. If you guys would love to join, I'd love to have more people on. We want more active people. And yeah, we're doing what we can. Obviously, we're not like big, but it's a lot of fun. I like the fact that this system exists. I wish that honestly Genshin would do something along the same lines. But yeah, crew is really cool. The friend system's cool. I haven't delved too much into the ranking systems, but you also have commissary for doing summons. And by the way, this picture of her is adorable. Love this chick. But yeah, you could buy a whole bunch of stuff like these booster modules you need for upping your stuff. Ooh, I could actually get these. That's perfect. I need to buy those and see what I could do with them. But yeah, you could also go to this store, and this is for like when you summon, you could buy like more of these weapons. So the more summons you do, the better. It's gonna help you out and get more of those constellations that you're looking for. Obviously, save up for your 5 stars. Now, as you can see, I only have 6 here, which there's 9 5-star or not 9 SSRs in the regular banners. They give you those in the shop when you actually acquire them the first time. So that's why you only see 6 right here. I haven't obtained the other 3. Matrix store is, when you summon or get the premium currency from the matrixy summons. Crew store, where you get your crew medals and stuff. You could buy this stuff in here. support store. I don't entirely know for certain. And I don't want to give wrong stuff. Like you could get these uh helped wanderers imprinted with the image for mutual support. Okay. And then there's the point store, which with these points, they're universal for training. You get these, you could basically get these gifts to give to your character. And then finally, let's go over the special orders. The special orders are the actual summons that we were just talking about, and there are multiple ways to summon. Like as you can see, this weapons galore banner is your gold nucleus banner, and then you got, this banner right here, which is your black nucleus, which you're not guaranteed to get an SSR or even an SR. So, but you get that currency consistently. That it's pretty free to play in that sense. Choice matrices. This is the basically exactly like this one, but the free to play currency for matrices. I still need to get as much free to play currency as I can. I'm still trying to like get stuff going. And then of course you have your banner, which right here as you see, if you summon enough, you could actually hit the pity, which is 80, but that's the 50-50 pity. But what's really cool about this pity system is that even if you get an SSR, like within, like, let's say you do one multi and you're 10 out of 80 and you get Nemesis or just an SSR in general, it doesn't reset your pity, which is really, really good because you could get multiple stuff. It doesn't feel like you have to constantly summon, which I'm all for. I think that's a really, really good pity system. And I think that even Genshin can learn something from that. And then, of course, you have the reconstruction system, which this is the matricy banner for premium currency. I actually don't have any of that, so we're not gonna even try to sub it. But honestly, when it comes to the overall game, I cannot say too many bad things about it. I haven't had too many problems myself, so I can't really tell you guys if this game has been like very, very bad. In the amount of time that I put in, which outside of the 24-hour stream hasn't been too much, I've still been enjoying it. You could easily gain your levels. You can easily gain the stuff that you need to get to level up your equipment, weapons, and all that stuff. So I can't complain. I could definitely say that this game has its bugs and has its issues, but they are constantly updating the game from what I'm seeing to fix said issues. So in that way, there's not that much of a problem. So, but that's going to be it for me today. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about Tower of Fantasy and if you're still playing. Again, if you'd like to join Archon Legion, please let me know. I'd love to bring as many of y'all lovely faces into this guild crew, however you want to call it. But anyways, guys, I love you all to death. Hopefully, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and be safe.